Hey, welcome to the Shipper Update. I'm Mike Vincent. I'm here with the one and only Anthony Smith. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, and we have a quick recap from our first segment
Beautiful.
talking about one of those regional indices, of course.
Yes.
Last week we were talking about the Philly Fed Index. Now we have the Empire State Index, looking more closely at the New York area. So looking at the general business conditions, we saw a slight dip down from 24.3 down to 17.4. So similar to the PMI, it's going to be growing and expansion and contraction, but this time it's going to be based around the number 0 instead of 50. So we are seeing that general conditions are still improving. And if we go into the next chart, we're going to see that within those increased or growing growth within manufacturing within New York, we're also seeing flatbed, specifically within the Buffalo to Elizabeth area, kind of increasing as well, coinciding with some of the increased general business activity within that area. I don't want to go too quickly, but going into our next chart after that.
You're just sprinting through this.
I am, because we have something that's really
something exciting is going to happen. I can tell. Hold on, folks.
Future business conditions.
And future business conditions.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. So this is the area that we didn't get to touch on just quite last segment, looking at future business conditions. So in the red line, it was previously at, or it's a blue line, but at that red little edge at the end, we see that it's 36.6. But in that green number, we're going to see a 47.7. That's going to be the new number that just got put out. So
so it doesn't link until the next thing. So it's 47.7 is the latest number.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Vincent, that 47.7 is at now a record high. So expectations for those manufacturers and owners out in New York are at record levels right now.
That is crazy for future general business conditions.
Exactly. So,
and when we're talking about this stuff, okay, so let's talk about it, because we talk about a lot of things here, and it can be confusing a little bit as to what this future great look is, right? This confidence. It's not freight coming into the country.
No.
Right?
No.
It's not capacity of freight. It's not maritime. This is production in the Northeast specifically.
Yeah.
Right?
Specifically within New York, those individuals, those business owners are optimistic about business conditions within manufacturing for their specific area. And so that's going to be good news, especially as we look at, some of the challenges that's really impacting manufacturing. We're looking at, of course, as we spoke about earlier, manufacturing employment. We're looking at prices. We're looking at all these headwinds that's being thrown at manufacturing left and right. And so to see that those future expectations for business conditions to improve near record levels or at record levels is something encouraging.
Yeah, it's very, very encouraging. And when you look at these business conditions, does this take out certain sectors like like capital goods, non-defense capital goods? Does this include like government contract production and stuff like that?
So this should include those businesses that are operating within government contracts.
Okay, so it includes everything.
Yes.
This is the whole spiel. So government spending would be in this index.
Right. If there's a certain business that does have government contracts on their books, this would be included as well.
Oh, gotcha.
And so looking at that, it's optimism all around, showing that there is some upward movement.
Sure. I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm just asking what's in the thing.
For sure. And so looking at current business conditions and future business conditions, seeing that it's both above zero, both in expansionary territory, that's going to be just optimism for that ongoing tightening within. I mean, it depends on which side of the market you're on, right?
Yeah, it does.
If you're a flatbed carrier, shippers, it's all going to depend on where you are, depending on, if you're a shipper, these rates are going to kind of keep moving up and up, especially looking at flatbed as that capacity keeps getting tighter and tighter. We're just looking at some of that truckstop.com data within Sonar. If you're a carrier, those flatbeds are going to be active. And so we're looking at manufacturing, and we haven't mentioned it today yet, but of course construction also being a segment that's going to add to some of those freight volumes as well.
Oh, so we were looking at the flatbed. That's indicative of manufacturing and construction, right?
Exactly. So a lot of activity to have to still go on in the coming months for a flatbed.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much, Anthony.